Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of YAPPING. I'm your host, Teddy, your friendly neighborhood gaming bear himself. And we are back after a long break. I have missed you all. I have missed doing this. And I guess to start off the episode, let's say Happy New Year, Happy Valentine's Day, and Happy Black History Month. I know I'm a little bit late on most of that stuff, but oh well. I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday break. I hope you all have been doing all right, being good people, staying awesome, showing out all the love that you can, and all that good stuff. I'm doing an early morning recording today, so I apologize if I'm a little slow or if the energy's off. But I wanted to start the day off right with a good bit of yappage, nice good rant to get my brain working before I go record some more stuff today. So welcome back again. I am glad to be here. I'm glad you all are here. To everyone listening, thank you. To anyone who has been waiting, I apologize for the wait. If you like the videos, if you like me yapping, if you want to hear more, please leave a like, please subscribe. And with our start of the episode today, let's go ahead and just get into some general updates. So, I've been gone for a while. That much is obvious. I was initially planning to take a small break for the holidays, and it unintentionally turned into a full holiday hiatus, and it's why I've been gone so long. I was dealing with a real big mental block. I was dealing with some intense depression and really bad anxiety, and I needed to kind of just stop. And while I was on break, I took some time to evaluate myself and my feelings on, making videos and trying to make content in general. I was developing a very bad habit, and I was starting to compare myself to other YouTubers on the platform. People that were already established, people that had, way higher view counts than me. They've made tons of videos already. They probably scrapped even more stuff than I ever have. And I was, diving through various YouTube comments, kind of looking into the communities that I was a part of for various video games, and kind of just allowing the toxicity that was brewing in some of those communities to wear me down and discouraging. It discouraged me from making excuse me, it's hard for me to talk about myself like this. I was letting these toxic communities wear me down, and they started discouraging me from making videos that I had thought of that were going to be for those games and those communities. And I kind of just went like, maybe I shouldn't, and I started stopping myself from making videos like that. I kept telling myself that I wasn't doing enough in, recording attempts that I had made, so I would just scrap the recordings. Or, I'd try to make a video and I'd be going through it and I'm just like, no, this isn't funny. I don't like this. I'm not, I can't salvage this. And I would just scrap it. I wouldn't try to power through. I wouldn't try to make something of it or maybe save part of it for something else. I would just go, nah, get rid of it all. And I can no longer continue to allow myself to be discouraged by my own self-conscious feelings, nor can I keep scrapping projects because I'm too afraid to work on what might not actually be, perfect from the get. Or I'm working on it and I'm just like, I don't know if this is entertaining. No, I need to just power through. Sometimes my videos might be bad, sometimes my episodes might not be that good. But it's all a learning experience. And I have to kind of accept that. So, with the new year is coming change and a new sense of direction. I want to apologize to everybody that's been waiting for me to post videos. I want to apologize to everyone close to me, anyone who was counting on me to keep on trying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I kind of fell down and I didn't pick myself back up right away. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to do better. All of you have my word. Como siempre de mi padre y mi abuelo. I'm going to strive to be my genuine self. give you guys all of my energy and all of the love when I need it, when I need to. I've properly started planning my videos out and what I want to do for this upcoming year, and I'm hoping that this time around I can just have fun and I can stop being so hard on myself and just try to enjoy making videos, because I enjoy playing video games, but making videos, just there was just something stopping me from just relaxing, and I want to just have fun with it all. So please stay tuned for more. Don't forget to like and comment on the videos ahead, and thank you for sticking around. Let's get into our first topic today. Let's, bring the mood back up. Did you guys see that Super Bowl halftime show? I mean, come on now. I know it's already well past when it's been, aired and the performance is already up on streaming, but it was amazing. I hadn't listened to much Bad Bunny pre-Super Bowl, because around me, like where I live, I'd only ever heard the same 3 songs on repeat because nobody seems to go and listen to anything else he's put out. But before the Super Bowl, I had decided to listen to a couple songs, and I was just like, okay, I think I like this stuff. And then I was just like, let me see, watch the Super Bowl, see if he actually if I like the music. And man, Bad Bunny was dynamite. He floored me. The entire performance was vibrant. It was groovy. It was full of love. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go back and check it out, because it was beautiful to see all the historical references and nods to Puerto Rican culture blending with this modern day musical performance being put on. And the big shout out to all the beautiful diversity that's present in this country was amazing to see. Viva Puerto Rico! Getting a tiny bit personal here, the whole show really made me think of my grandpa, Avelino. He would have absolutely loved that performance. Heck, I reckon he would have been over the moon, maybe a couple tears, and definitely hollering excitedly. He passed a few years back. I miss him every single day. He took care of me for a majority of my life. My grandpa was practically my father. I get my morals and my values from him, from my mom, and my grandpa taught me everything about our heritage in Puerto Rico, and he taught me from a real young age, telling me what it was like when he lived there, showing me pictures. We ate the food, I learned about the history, and above all else, we listened to the music. Hector Lavoe, Willie Colon, Celia Cruz, the Fania All-Stars, all kinds of music, on top of all the other stuff he had listened to. My grandpa never really got a chance to listen to Bad Bunny, but I'm sure he would have enjoyed some of his music, especially what got played during the Super Bowl performance. DTMF has had me in a chokehold ever since the Super Bowl, and all those damn TikToks I've seen. I saw one with Eddie Guerrero's daughter. Oh, my heart broken. Shout out to everyone that has, been grieving recently and missing all of their loved ones, and I know that it's a sad time, but it's a time to remember the life of those people as well. Keep them in your hearts, keep them close to you. One of my grandpa's favorite Puerto Rican tracks to listen to was a song that sits, very near and dear to my heart. I highly recommend it to anyone looking for a glance into some older music, or anyone looking to deepen their Puerto Rican jams for a playlist. It's called El Día de mi Suerte by Hector Lavoe and Willie Colon. I just want to say, I miss you, Pops. Como todos los días pasen. Rest in peace. I hope you're still dancing to your favorite music. And I apologize for the slightly sad vibes, everyone, but, I'm an emotional guy. It just kind of happens. And this performance definitely dragged a lot of emotions out of me. It's nice to feel all this love, and to remember the good times, and to pray for better ones. But to prevent me from simply sniffing like a sad little cub for the rest of the recording, we're going to go ahead and move on. I recently got to go to the movies again. I don't personally go out often, and when I do go out, it's typically just to go get some groceries or maybe go eat. But I have recently been kind of going to the movies again because of one of my best buddies. I want to give him a big shout out, Josh from JoshBoy64. Like and subscribe. And he took me and a couple of our friends to go and see Iron Lung. So I figured there's no better time to talk about it than to give it a quick little review here. We're going to call it my audition for Cursed Cinema Cubed by reviewing a not cursed or weird... this sounded a lot better in writing. Go subscribe to Cursed Cinema Cubed as well. They're great people. I love them. They're funny. Oh well, we trudge on, I suppose. Let's talk Iron Lung, people. Now, I remember back when the playthroughs and the silent walkthroughs were all popping up on YouTube back when it came out, and it caught my attention because I thought that the game looked really cool. It was super cool looking because like the sci-fi premise, it's got a bit of like the steampunk and the design of the bathysphere, kind of like Sub. I was really obsessed with BioShock at the time too, so it didn't help. And I really also enjoyed how simple the game looked and how it managed to truly make you feel like enclosed, alone. It reminded me of like kind of like a horror PS1, PS2 game. You're billowing through the murky depths of the blood ocean on some fuck-ass moon in space. And of course, it wasn't long before I realized that the game was actively creeping me out, and it had me. It ironically, it hooked me, you know? And eventually I heard, years later, the movie was getting made. And I imagine, like most gamers, I let out an audible groan, and I was not looking forward to it, because initially I was just like, shit, there goes another franchise. Not even a franchise, but there goes another IP that's gonna get made into a movie, and some fucking fuck-ass producer's gonna stick some bullshit in there and completely change the story and just potentially ruin sequels and potentially ruin the potential of an... I say potential a lot. I don't know why I keep repeating myself. I'm just a little frustrated if you can't tell. But taking, the IP, sticking some crap in there, and potentially just ruining any chance for a continuation simply because it's like, A, you screwed the story, B, you pissed off a bunch of fans by changing lore, or C, this new OC suddenly just completely takes over the story of the movie, and then it's not a movie about this IP, it's I stuck my OC in this franchise, come check out my OC adventuring in this movie, which, if you're on the internet, is a 90% chance you're probably not gonna really fuck with that story. Because the idea of an OC running around in an established world is fan fiction, So it's not necessarily always going to work. But I digress. I'm kind of just rambling on about this. So I was disappointed. I was like, great, another video game movie is gonna suck. And then I hear that Markiplier got slated to head the project and direct, and I finally had some hope. Not because I'd simply believed in a YouTuber making a movie, but because a gamer who clearly loved the source material and was very familiar with the title was finally given a chance to make a full cinematic production of a project like this. Am I a little biased? Because I too am a gamer with dreams to make adaptations of some of my favorite franchises? Maybe. But I had to believe it would work. Because after all, if he could do it, it proves that the video game movie curse can be broken, especially like a live action. And, you can put this curse aside and allow more things to be created and brought to wider audiences, which, could lead to more video games and shit, but what do I know? And it meant that someone like me would eventually get a chance to make an adaptation, be in one, or just see one that I've been waiting to see. And Markiplier's take on Iron Lung definitely delivered. I personally loved this movie. It looked stellar. It sounded intense. And I was locked in from the start of the film to the end credits. Iron Lung takes the source material and the claustrophobic, atmospherically intense experience from the game itself and slaps it on screen for your viewing pleasure. I genuinely felt like I was experiencing the game through the visuals of the movie. And the set of the submersible was like a near one-to-one recreation of the in-game version, with, a few liberties taken for the sake of filming in the damn thing. Obviously, the in-game version wasn't built for the camera crews and various angled shots. And the ship's console itself had me gobsmacked with how accurate it looked. Like, all the little buttons and dials and the numbers, like, straight out of the video game. And that's something that has persisted through my thoughts every single time I think about this movie. The accuracy. Iron Lung is one of the most accurate video game to movie adaptations to date. And I've seen a lot of them. Markiplier and his team, along with Iron Lung's creator, David Szymanski, I really hope I'm saying that right, sir, took what was a 15 to 20 minute game and turned it into a feature-length film. The looks, the sounds, the dialogue, the props, everything is badass. And it looks perfect for this world, for live action especially. There are some shots in the movie that are so ridiculously satisfying and gorgeous when you're watching them, with cuts that are equally keeping the movie moving while taking its time to still showcase everything while not stalling on you. And guess what? It didn't change the vibe of the story. It didn't change the characters that make them say quirky, funny lines or make a bunch of meta references to outside media. Markiplier didn't simply portray his YouTube persona and yuck it up for the screen. And best of all, they stuck to the material. Sure, I imagine they had to add, a little bit onto the established lore to give us some more insight into why the convicts in the sub in the first place. And, with the creator on your team, I imagine it was very easy to stick to the source material. And, they didn't take the route that most other video game adaptations take. You know what I'm saying? They didn't compromise the aesthetic, they didn't compromise the tone or the story of the game, and they instead elevated it. Markiplier himself had me extremely impressed with his performance. He's giving off some crushing, sorrow-filled lines through the movie that had me it was hurting my chest. I was almost begging the movie to stop for a moment just so that he could breathe. Get it? Breathe? Sorry. One of the biggest compliments I'm going to give Mark is that I didn't see Markiplier when I watched Iron Lung. I saw the doomed convict, Simon, trapped in a murky hell alone until he isn't. Iron Lung impressed me more than I expected. The eldritch horror, the claustrophobia, the mystery of the blood moon. It gave me everything I was asking for, and I think I gotta give it a solid 10 out of 10. The other actors in the movie, the voices that you hear, everyone is just putting their heart and soul into their performances, and you can feel it. Everyone is in on this movie. Nobody's phoning it in. Nobody is showing a lack of care. It is dynamite. I cannot wait to see this movie again. I want to watch it with subtitles so I don't miss any dialogue. I want to be able to pause it and look for little Easter eggs and things that I may have missed in my first viewing. And I truly hope that this movie leads by example to every other video game adaptation out there. It's okay for the movie to feel like the video game sometimes. And it's damn sure alright to tell the story that the game's already told, because that's the point. Especially when you're making an adaptation of a story told via video game. I cannot wait to see if Markiplier continues his journey into filmmaking, perhaps even watch the way be paved for other video game movies to succeed. Maybe we'll even see a resurgence of media tied to these video games, you know? Hell, if we're lucky, some projects might get saved because of Iron Lung's success. Maybe people will see the potential and go, hey, maybe we can actually bring this project back and revive it because, you know, this other video game movie did great. What did they do? Oh, they had the creator on the team. Why don't we do something similar? Why don't we get some people that have actually played this game? Why don't we get some people who actually are going to look at the source material and not just ignore it because they think they can do it better? You know? Here's hoping that Sly Cooper movie gets revived. You guys remember that? I remember. And let's hope that the current lineup of any upcoming announced film projects tied to video games keeps up this steam and breaks the mold. You know, it'll be nice to see these potential stories come out so that more people can experience it, more people can appreciate it, more people can see the value in video games and the storytelling they can provide. Now, with all that, I've been going for a good little bit. Let's go ahead and wind down and get to the last bit of our episode today. It's a bit of a short one, you know, but I think it's nice and concise. I think it's good. I just want to apologize again for the delays, for my sudden absence, and, you know, just kind of not really communicating at all. I promise I will do everything in my power to not let it happen again. I currently have several videos planned. I want to continue playing some of the backlog in my Steam library. I've got 2 playthroughs in the works, a review, random gameplay, funsies, and as a matter of fact, today I will be taking a plunge very soon into a game I tried years ago and gave up on multiple times. Overwatch. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be real fun. But, I'm not gonna let that, you know, get me down because it'll be great to watch me kind of rage and lose my mind. And I'm looking forward to the rest of this year. You know, we gotta be hopeful. So, stay tuned for more, like and subscribe, and remember, be good people. Oh, one final thought. Fuck ICE, fuck fascism, and fuck anyone who doesn't believe in basic human rights for the good people around us. All the love to my sisters, brothers, and others out there. Viva a todo mi gente. One love, y'all. Have a nice day.